Spirituality is in fashion, but what actually is it? How does one get into it? My name's Stephan and I'm a business journalist, and I want to know if this weird world of meditation and mindfulness is right for me.
So can you just explain, so what's going to happen with me? How will the...
I'm going to ask you to go out now, and we're going to do some herd observation. We observe the horses, we watch how they move around one another, how they greet one another. They are non-verbal. There's a sort of subtle, complex communication between them, and sometimes not so subtle, as to whether they want to be groomed by that other horse in that moment. So no talking, no touching. And I want you to just hold the experience of what is it to not have your needs met in that moment, and to give a bit of space to what the horse might want first.
Are we going to be able to ride them, do you think? They're so squidgeable. I've noticed they're not, and none of them are wearing saddles. Is that normal? Or, so do you let people ride the horses, or probably not?
Not as part of this work. It's a very different experience, but if... step back.
Sorry.
No, so actually, she knows where she wants to be.
Sure. I don't think we're going to be able to ride them.
My not being able to connect to nature was not for lack of want. I want to connect to rivers and trees and badgers and foxes. I wanted to connect to that horse. I wanted to give it a good hearty pat.
But I'm terrified of those chomping gnashes they have.
And after 3 hours of watching horses in a field and drawing them, finally I was allowed to do just that.
I'm going to ask her to come in, and if you could just stand over here for a second and just watch her behaviour. So you'll get a feeling, and you might get a feeling first before you get the information. You know, ears forward, head turned towards you. That's a welcome.
Ears forward, like that?
Ears forward, and obviously if you get sort of ears back and are moving away from you, well then that's a sayonara, isn't it? It's just reading that, but really experiencing as much as you can, staying really curious about how you might receive the sort of the pull or the send away. So let her know that you're there with your hand, maybe stroke the window.
Whoa!
Yeah, so step away. I would also, if we just step over here for a second, I'm just interested to know how much in your body you owe. I mean, I said to you to breathe in and out.
Yeah.
My feeling was that you were probably overthinking.
Definitely.
So for me, as much as that might be a little bit like, oh, darn it, you wanted that moment.
Yeah.
Having said that, you've got somebody behind you who's very interested to say hi.
Do you ever talk to horses, or is it all about physical? Hello, my friends. How are you? My name is Stephan. I'm very much in my body right now.
Every single horse at that farm despised me. I was convinced of it. One of them spent the whole day glaring at me like it wanted to eat me. Another one pooed directly in my face.
Sometimes they poo if they're very anxious.
That seems quite directional, though.
I was anthropomorphizing, according to Mary, which means that I was reading human emotions onto a horse. So the horse didn't really hate me. It didn't care about me. And the moment I realised it was all in my head, I managed to connect. I did exactly what Mary said. I felt into my body. I focused on nothing but the warmth of its snout. And we had this connection, this nice, brief connection. My problem the whole day was my attributing human emotions and intentions and feelings to something that didn't share those feelings. But the problem is, that's exactly what animism is all about. That's what all of these native Indian rituals are predicated upon, this belief system that rocks and trees and frogs have spirits and souls. Native Americans anthropomorphize the hell out of everything, and that's wrong, right? Which prompts the question, why was Carlos asking me to do just that in Vision Quest? Horse therapy was brilliant. It was one of the few workshops that I actually got something from. But it was the worst thing to do before I went out on this vision quest, because it made me question everything that this vision quest was about.
All my relations. Just take it moment by moment. Don't try and think, how long have I been here? You will know when 4 days is up.
Sure, yeah.
You don't need to count time.
Yeah.
Don't try and get through time. It can't be got through.
Yeah.
Can Stephan ask for Isabel and Reese's opinions on Stephan's tarp type situation? Is Stephan sensible?
Isabel's very impressed with the knotting of the knots on the tree, and Isabel hopes that those hold properly.
Stephan's worried now.
Sorry.
Stephan doesn't want nature. Stephan wants a no-nature. Stephan is reluctant to let the crew go.
Isabel thinks it's time to let go.
There is something massive that just ran through the woods right next to the tent. I'm not happy. And there's a monster out there. And there's a sheep as well. I can't stop thinking of lamb chops. It's raining again. I slept through the whole day, so now I can't sleep. I'm bored.